Hello everyone, good morning. Today we're going to discuss about routing. So before getting into the routing topic, let's discuss what is router. And router is a device used to communicate between two different networks. We can use router to communicate to different networks. And what is routing? Routing is a process of sending data packets through the best path to reach the destination. That is called routing. That is called routing. So routing is nothing but to finding the path to reach the destination. Finding the path to reach the destination. So like Google Maps. So how the Google Maps is finding the best path to reach the destination. Likewise, routing is to find the best path to reach the destination. So this is the router. Okay, let's router. So router is basically to communicate multiple networks. See, this is a switch. Okay, this is the switch. So to switch, multiple computers connected to switch. Okay, switch 1. Switch 2. Okay, so we can communicate these two switches to router. So this is the one network and this is the one network. So both networks we can communicate with a router. When these are in different network like 117.16.1.0. Okay, this and here 192 168 1.0. See, these are two different networks, so we can communicate these two different networks with the router. So likewise, see, here the public network. Internet is public network. So this is a different network, right? So how can we connect this network? Using router. Then only we can connect the internet. This is different network. Internet, public network. We call public network or internet. Okay. So we can communicate other networks with the router. Okay. So here we connect computers here. Computers connected to switch. This is a computer. Let's say these are the computers. Okay. And here we cannot draw many computers, just only 2. So we can communicate, we can connect all the computers to switch. Switch is connected to router. This is a hierarchy and architecture, network architecture. So also router connects external networks also. External networks. So this is router. So routing is to find the best path to reach. This is called routing. Routing. Finding the best path. For example, if I browse www.google.com, okay, so the request, this is the computer, request go to switch, forward the request to router. Router forward this internet. So internet find the Google server. Google web server. Find the Google web server and so response will come to our computer. So when we browse google.com, it go to switch go forward request to router forward request to internet find the Google web server. So this is routing. Routing is to find the path where the Google server is. That is called routing. Okay. Next, default gateway. What is default gateway? It gives exit or entry point to each to reach the destination. So what is our network default gateway? Router. So if you want to go out or anything comes into our network, this is the gateway. Default gateway. Default gateway. See, like our main door. When we go out, we'll go through main door. If we come into home, we'll come through main gate. So go in, out. Traffic is going outside. It will go through default gateway. If the traffic is coming inside, through default gateway. So everything will be everything will come into our network through gateway. Everything will go out through network. So that is called default gateway, like our home main door. Okay, so that is called default gateway. And types of routings. There are two types of routing: static routing, dynamic routing. Routing is nothing but to find the path, like Google Maps. So if you go out with the help of Google Map, what the Google Map will remapping the routes, because that is called routing, searching for the best path. So here there are two types of routings: static routing, dynamic routing. What is static routing? Static route should be added manually in the router by the administrator. See how this router will find the route to find the destination. Uh, So either there are two ways: static routing, dynamic routing. Static routing is nothing but will add the destination path by the administrator. Dynamic routing. Routes will be added automatically by the router with the help of routing protocols. These are the routing protocols: RIP, EIGRP, OSPF, and EIGRP and BGP. These are the routing protocols. So these with the help of routing protocols, router automatically find the path, find the destination path. So if we don't know the path, these protocols, routing protocols, will find the path and show to the router. See, for example, I know where to go. So that is static routing. So I can give the routing. I can give you the I can configure static routing because I know where to go and what is the route and all. That is called static routing. I don't know the route, but I know the destination. See, google.com is the destination website. I want to go to this google.com website. I know the destination, but I don't know the path, how to go, where to go and all. So that path will be automatically find by these protocols. This is very important protocols. So these protocols will find our destination. I mean, path. We find the best path to reach our destination. Okay. So here we are going to discuss about static routing. This is the CCNA concept. In the CCNA, they will these routing protocols will discuss more in the CCNA. Okay. So there are two types of routing: static routing and dynamic routing. So we will discuss static routing here. And coming to routers, there are two types of routers: software router, hardware router. What is the software router? It is a computer which performs routing task is one of its multiple tasks. Software is nothing but is an operating system. Even software routers also there. So here we use software routing. Software routing. And what is a hardware routing? Hardware router, sorry. It is a dedicated hardware device which works only router. In hardware router, it is only dedicated for router. But software router, there are many tasks. See, operating system having lot of tasks. So one of the task is software router. Software router is one of the part in the operating system, Windows Server operating system. So in Windows operating system, we have many tasks, okay, many options, many softwares, many programs, but it's a software router is one of among all. Okay, so hardware router, how hardware router looks like? Hardware routers. This is a Wi-Fi routers, Cisco hardware routers. So this is a Cisco hardware routers. Cisco hardware routers. So this is only dedicated for routing purpose. It's a router. Software router, see here in operating system, we can enable the software router. We can enable software router. Okay. Are you clear? Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. So here you can, if you give hardware router versus software router. You can see the difference. Software is router is nothing but it is in operating system. It is in operating system. Okay. Let me show you. Just log into this mission. So I'm going to install a software router. After installing the software router, I will configure static routing, because static routing, I know the destination. So and path. See here in static routing, you should know the destination and path of the destination. Like, see, I know the destination, but here I don't know the path, how to go, where to go. That is called dynamic routing. Only dynamic routing help us to find the route to reach the destination. That is called dynamic routing. Software routing, I know the route and destination. Then only we can configure static routing. Okay. So after installing the software router, we will configure static routing. Okay. So coming to first, let me configure before installing the router. So there is a diagram. Let me put the diagram. Yeah. No, not this one. Yeah. Routing. So I'm going to configure these IPs into 4 different servers. Here, the goal is, see here, one server. This is the sys1, and sys2 will install a router, software router here in the sys2 system, and sys3 system also will install router. And sys4, this is the server. Here, see this server in a 10.0.0.2 network, and this server in 12.0.0.2 network. These two missions are in two different networks. Okay, so I'm using router to communicate these two machines because this is in a different network and this is in a different network. So I'm going to communicate these two systems where they are in different networks with the help of routers. Which router? Software router. With the help of software router. Okay, one second. Okay, now, so I'm going to configure these IPs. I'm going to configure these IPs. So sys1. So in domain controller, I will configure these IPs. Okay, 10.0.0.2. So this is sys1. ncpa.cpl. Just open. So this is not domain controller anymore. Just I'm using this a computer for a routing purpose. Properties. Not this one. This is one. Yeah. TCP IP. Here I'm just removing these IPs. Removing these IPs and configuring configuring 10.0.0.2. Now 10.0.0.1 default gateway router. So let's configure the IPs first and we will install router and all. Okay. 0.0.2. This is 11. No, sorry, 10. And I can configure before, but if you configure before, you cannot understand what's going on. So that is the reason I'm configuring now. Okay, this is, I will help, I will let you know why I'm configuring all these IPs. Okay. Okay, next this mission. So I'm taking this mission as a router. Open sys2. I mean, see sys2. I'm taking ADC as a sys2 router. ADC is this is a router. Properties. 10.0.0.1. 10.0.0.2. Okay, and here 12.0.0.2. 12.0.0.1. Okay, and here router, for router I need two network cards. See, this is one IP address in one NIC card and this is one more IP address in one NIC card. For this I need to add one more NIC card here. So this is network adapter. Add network adapter. Click finish. I will get one more NIC card here. Yeah, there. Open. properties, here IP address. What is 11.0.0.1? Don't give gateway. 10.0.0.2. Okay. So give here Ethernet just 11 network. Here just give Ethernet 10. Okay. So that 10 network and 11 network. So just to identify. Okay. Next, coming to RODC. RODC also I'm taking as a router. So one more router. So let me add one more NFC card. Add network adapter. Okay. 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 Click here. Login. Taking a lot of time. What happened? Why this is? Let me configure here. This is, I'm taking this system, Win7 system, this one, sys4. Okay. ncpa.cpl. Double click, properties. Here I'm going to give IP address 12.0.0.2. 12.0.0.1. 12.0.0.2. 12.0.0.1. One second. Maybe this is the issue, I guess. I will do one thing. I'll do one thing. This is blocking. Let me remove this. So restart guest. Mm, Oh my God. Maybe we are running 4 missions at the same time. So that's the reason it's taking a lot of time. So that's the reason it is little slow. Any unnecessary thing is running. Okay. Right. So after configuring the IPs here, we will I will explain why I configured these IPs and how they are communicating before the software routing and after the software routing. Here, good. So let me explain here. See, I configured this is the IP address. Okay. And this is the IP address. So in one system, I configured 10.network. In another system, I configured 12.network. Okay. So if I communicate these two missions, it's not easy because this mission is in different network and this mission is in different network. Okay. This mission is in different network and this mission is in different network. To communicate these two missions, I need a router. So like I need a router. So why we need two routers here? See, in hardware router, we don't need two routers. One router is enough in hardware. So it is a software routing. To communicate to different network systems from two different networks, we need two routers to communicate. See, in router 1, I configured this network IP address. Okay. And here in this, in sys3 router 2, I configured this IP address. So from here to here, communication is there. From router 2 to sys4, communication is there. From sys1 to router 1, communication is there. Because see, IP address. Here IP address. Okay. So this is 11 is the router IP address. So here to here communication is there. Router 2 communicating router 1 communicating router 2. These two are having communication. So now my main motto to communicate these two missions. See, router 2 communicating router 4. Router 1 communicating this network and router to router communication, but not communication this one. So now I'm going to create a static routing in the software router. In the software, then these two missions will communicate. I'll do one thing. I'll take another one. This is irritating us. I don't know why it is taking long time. What is any other system? Let me run this. I will take this CDC as a router, second router. Okay, let me shut down this. Power off. Now DC, CDC, sorry, ADC, CDC are routers. DC and Win7 are two missions where they are in different networks. So I'm going to communicate Win7 and DC. Now ncpa.cpl. Open properties, TCP IP. Just erase these IPs and add new IPs. 11.0.0.2 here, 12.0.0.2. Okay, this is one, and I want another network card because this is the router, so need a two network cards. I mean network adapters, whatever, network card, adapter, both are same. Apply. Yeah. Open properties, TCP IP, IP address 12.0.0.1. 12.0.0.2. Close. Close. Here give 11. Network 12. Here network 12. This is network 11. Just to identify which IP address. See here 11.IP address 11. Here 12. 12 dot network. Okay. Now as per this diagram, we configure the IP address. So let me check communication from here to here, here to here. Means 10.0 from here to here. I will ping 12 from here to here. So this is 12 dot network. I'll ping 10.0 dot slow. Ping 10.0.0.2. It's not pinging. So I'm pinging from here to here. Okay. Now I'll ping from here to here. This is command prompt. Ping 12.0.0.2. It's not pinging. See. So request timed out. Here also request timed out. So now I would like to communicate DC and Win7. Why they're not communicating? Because DC is on 10 dot network. See, this is in 10 dot network. 10 dot network. And WinC is 12 network. 12 network. So they cannot communicate without the router. So here I don't have a hardware router. So I can use a software router to communicate these two networks. Okay, let me install router in both routers. In both. So go to dashboard, add roles and features. Click next, click next, click next. Here, remote access. Click here, this one. Click next, click next, click next. Select routing and direct VPN access. Click next. Restart if required. Install. So I'm installing software router in this machine, ADC. CDC also I'm installing software router. Click next. Click next. Remote access. Mismatch computer destination server VHD. Interesting. Why this? Okay. Click next. Click next. Click next. Router. Add feature and direct VPN access. This also need to select. Click next. Click next. Click next. Restart if required. Yes. Install. So software router is installing. So after installing the software router, I will configure static routing. I will configure static routing. So up to here, are you clear? Any confusion? See, let me see. Okay, see this mission in a different network, 10 dot network. So this mission in a different network. These two are not communicating. We have checked it. No communication between these two missions, right? So then how to communicate these missions? I need to buy a router, hardware router. Hardware router is, it looks like this one, hardware routers. Cisco. We usually use Cisco routers in the real time, Cisco routers. So I don't have enough money to buy the router. So what I'll do, I will install software router in two machines. Okay, I will install software router and communicate these two. So this is a one mission. These are all four missions. Okay, this is one mission and this is one mission. So in these two missions, I configured IP address. Here, which network in the system? 12. So I configured 12 network in one NIC card so that communication is happening between sys4 and sys3. Here, I configured 10 dot network IP address in the router so that communication will happen between these two. Okay. So, but I want to communicate these two missions. Sorry, these two missions, right? These two missions. But here to here communicating, but not here to here. Now, what I did, so in another NIC card, I configured 11 IP. So this is router IP. These two routers in the same network, one network. These two networks are communicating. Fine. With the help of software routing, I will communicate these two. Okay. Now it's done. Now here, it's still installing. So go to tools. Go to tools, routing and remote access. Here you can see routing and remote access. Click here. After installing, we see routing and remote access. Right click on it, configure. Click next. Click custom configuration. Click here. This is LAN routing. We need to select a LAN routing. You need to select LAN routing. Click next. Finish. Start service. So that service will start. Coming to here. Done. See, now it is started. Here, installation complete. Close. Go to tools, routing and remote access. Expand. Right click on it, configure. Click next. Click custom, LAN routing. Finish. Start service. So install the software router and I'm configuring software router, enabling software router. Now, yeah, enable. Now I will create static routing. Now I will configure static routes. See, make sure these two are not communicating. If you see from here to DC to ADC communication is there. And CDC to Win7 is communication is there. So to check the communication, okay, here, what is the IP? 1, right? Yeah. Let me ping here. Ping 10.0.0.1. See, it is pinging. Means DC to ADC. I mean here to here communication is there. Okay. See, that is the reason it's pinging. Now, come here. Ping 12.0.0.1. It's pinging. Means here to here communication is there. Okay. Here to here to here. These two missions are communicating. But our goal is to communicate these two missions. But these two missions are not pinging because this is in a different network and this is in a different network. Okay. See, it's not pinging. And here it's not pinging. Now I will communicate these two networks, 10 dot network, 12 dot network. 10 dot network, 12 dot network. I will communicate these two networks with the help of these routers, with the help of these two routers. Okay. Now go to expand IPv for static routes. Right click on it, static route. Okay. So here you need to select interface 11 and give 12.0.0.0 255.0.0.0. Here 11.0.0.2. See here what I'm doing in the 11 network means, say in this router I'm configuring here. I'm configuring, see in the 11, sorry. Here this, see 12.0.0, 255.0.0, 11.0.0.2. So here I'm just configuring in the router. In router 1, I'm configuring these IP address. Okay. Now click OK. Now coming to router 2, collapse, right click on it, new route static. Here select 11 and give 10.0.0.2 like 0. Okay. Entire network 255.0.0.0 and gateway 11.0.0.1. Okay, click OK. So what I'm doing in this is router 2, what I'm doing in router 2, what I'm doing, I'm configuring this IP. Configuring this IP. Okay. Now let's verify whether they are able to ping or not. See, before they're unable to ping. Now enter. Click here. See, here it is pinging. So from 12 network able to ping, from here it is not pinging. Okay, check firewall. Check firewall here. Maybe firewall blocking this firewall.cpl. Yeah, turn off this firewall. This firewall is blocking the ping. Click OK. Now rerun it. See, now it is pinging. So now DC Win7 is now communicating. Before they are not communicating. Before they were not communicating. Now they are communicating. So if I delete here, see, let me give -T. Communicate. See, now they are communicating. If I delete routes here, what will happen? Let me delete. See, they are communicating, right? So from 12 dot network, 10 dot network is pinging. From 10 dot network, 12 network is pinging, right? No, okay. Now let me delete this. Delete. Here come delete. Let's see. Request timed out. Request timed out. Now the communication was broken. So using software router, we can communicate to different networks. That is called software routing. Okay. Are you clear, guys?
Sure.
Okay. So, and NAT, how to configure NAT? Network address translation. Network address translation. So here, go to General, right click on it, routing protocol. Here select NAT. Now, if we want to enable this, properties, one second. Okay, leave it. Right click on it, new routing protocol. Yeah, I think NAT got added here. Right click on it, new interfaces. Right click on it, new interfaces. Actually, to check this NAT, we need a public IP. We don't have any public IP, but still I'm doing this. Okay, click here and select private. Click apply. Okay, this is NAT, network address translation. So right click on it, new, and add another here, network. Select public network, enable, apply. Okay. So this is 10 is private, 11 is public. So there is a NATing. So I will do the same here. Right click on it, routing protocol, select NAT. Okay. NAT will add here. Yeah. Right click on it, click new interfaces, click select. Okay. Click OK. And right click on it, new interface, select 12, public network, enable NAT, apply. Okay. See, this is called NATing. So NATing means network address translation. So private IP address to public IP address, public IP address to private IP address. This network translation will happen. So that's all for today. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. We will have a class tomorrow at 9 a.m. along with the doubt sessions and any lab issues we will discuss tomorrow after a small class, not this much big class. We'll discuss only half an hour class tomorrow, and remaining half an hour or 1 hour we'll discuss your doubts and practical lab issues based on your doubts. The session
Okay,
will be extended. Okay.
okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.